Hey folks, this is Konstantin again, and our new set of articles about AI and future work. Before diving into the actual set of articles, I'd like to share with you a couple words about this book here, Human Plus Machine. Today, we want to talk about the occupations and some of the professions that apparently will be created with help of AI technology. And as you guessed, you're not going to see my smiling face today, but you can see those articles and that information that we are trying to discuss here. So, in this book, authors Paul Dougherty and James Wilson, from Accenture, by the way, they showed and they illustrated a lot of use cases where machines are partnering with humans to achieve better efficiency, better operational excellence, if you will. But we would like to talk about the actual profession that they will create, and that is trainers. So apparently machines need trainers. So our first piece here, our first article, is about how MIT Media Lab folks trained a bot to be empathetic, kind of like an empathy machine, so that it can provide you with cheer up comments if you are trying to prepare yourself for a complex exam or a test, and provide you some actual recommendations. For instance, it may say that yes, exams are stressful, and you that is normal, and actually your body uses that to better prepare for the actual test. So things of that nature. And actually, it required a lot of training from human professionals to do that. So that is one of their first use cases. The second one is, of course, DeepMind. Yeah, DeepMind is using human trainers to make sure that actual AI is not going to get aggressive, is not going to get hostile, because that's what happens when they try to train the AI machine on some data. For instance, they tried to train it based on different Atari games, and if the game endorses competitive, aggressive behavior, the AI machine, of course, becomes competitive. And if the game endorses collaborative behavior, the AI becomes collaborative. And I guess we want that our AI in the future will be collaborative rather than aggressive. At least I hope so. The next piece is a little more interesting. The Yahoo team decided to build a machine to be able to detect sarcasm in human comments, something that probably will be widely used in the customer experience bots. Apparently it is not easy to detect sarcasm. Sometimes you have to explain to a machine that humans, they actually don't mean what they say, and that is not an easy task. So that is when also you need human trainers to work alongside your algorithm team that will actually help them to teach the machine. The next one is, well, poets. Apparently, one of the hottest job in Silicon Valley could be poets. And the reason is those people, they know much more about language, poetry, and how to make this language, look good and sound well. For instance, one of the companies using poets to teach their robot Sophie to be, again, more empathetic and more educated in a way, because Sophie is the virtual nurse that gently reminds users to check their medication and things of that nature. And it would be nice to have a good conversation with this robot rather than just, think about this as another annoying bot that reminds you to take your medication. One other example of how trainers can come into the play here, that come to the table and add some value. This company, Mighty AI, is actually offering an outsourcing service for AI startups to label data, to train the data, train those bots. So in this case, trainers, they work for Mighty AI here. And that is also an interesting use case. It's actually right on their website. And, of course, at the end, a little bit about the data again and how important that the trainers, the role of the trainers, how important it can be. It's actually extremely important. If you think about this, BlackRock, in this article, is a little bit about how BlackRock identifies the economic activity based on some satellite images, and countries like China, people are able to say, yeah, the real economic activity is in the region, or actually there's none, or there's a little, and you train your algorithms there. But there are a lot of noises, there are a lot of things that machines are not necessarily understand, and that's where trainers going to come in and help it out. So the net is trainers is a pretty important role in the future, and if you want to think about your career in the area of AI, machine learning, and deep learning, well, trainer could be one of them. So have a great Friday, and I'll see you soon. Bye.